Okay, so before this video starts, I actually want to address the main reason as to why I bought this game. Yeah, I think there's a lot to talk about just on the meta side of this game, right? Where we got to see that people do indeed like games with conventionally attractive characters and that there's nothing wrong with that. That's not the point of the video though, I just wanted to mention it. Imagine a world devoid of human life. Monsters run rampant around every corner, and you were created for the sole purpose of destroying these monsters. Your mission? Eliminate all of them so that Earth can be inhabitable once again. As you continue on your adventure, you come to realize that this war that you've been fighting for has been a lie. A propaganda set up by Mother Spear, your creator, as a type of experiment. Eventually, you learn that these monsters that you've been fighting this whole time used to be the original humans, and that you aren't actually human despite your mental and physical appearance. You are an android, a robot that was created to simulate human emotions and behavior. As you near the end of the game, you are left with a decision. Finish your mission and end humanity for good, or go against your creator and work together with the last surviving human in order to try and create a world where you can both coexist. And so you as the player are left with a moral dilemma. Either side with Adam, the last surviving human, who so happens to be one of the characters that has traveled with you throughout the entirety of the game, so he has manipulated and lied to you just so that you can be in this very spot, or side with your creator, for whom you've just found out has lied to you about your entire life. It's not like either side is any better or worse than the other, it just really depends on who you want to trust. And so when I say it out loud, it sounds kind of obvious who you should trust. I mean, it's probably better to take the gamble and try to save humanity, right? Yet, I myself was quite conflicted when offered the choice. I probably spent like a few minutes just pondering the pros and cons of each choice, because as far as I was concerned, Adam could have been lying. I mean, he did so for the entirety of the game so far. I even remember telling myself towards the beginning of the game that there's no way any of our friends could betray us. I mean, look, we can even customize their outfits and everything. Obviously in hindsight, maybe I should have expected that, but that's sort of the entire point. The game allows for stuff like that so that you can lower your guard. Eventually though, I did end up teaming up with Adam, so at least we can try to save humanity. Eventually, after beating the final boss, depending on which ending that you picked, we do get to confront Mother Spear, our creator. And it turns out that this whole entire thing was a part of her plan. She knew and wanted you to fuse together with Adam so that you can become this newer, better, more evolved version. By choosing to save humanity, you fall right into the palm of her hands. It definitely subverts your expectations by making it so that the one action that defies Mother Spear happens to be the one which she calculated and expected from you. And even if you choose to follow orders and end humanity, which is the other ending, you were left to go back home. Except this home that you return to turns out to be nothing like what you were told. You get to see that Mother Spear could have just decimated Earth any time that she wanted to, and that she is this infinitely powerful being. Yet she chose not to so that you can live in this fantasy of your grand adventure. And so what is the correct choice? Of course, if you've seen all the endings for this game, you'll probably have an idea of what was ideal or not. But let's really think about this. You as a superior human in almost every single aspect is now put with the choice to save a species that has practically gone extinct. A species that no longer resembles anything of its former self. And all you have for it is the word from someone who has lied to you this whole entire time. You don't technically owe humanity anything. For all intents and purposes, you can allow them to die. Because what's to say that this would actually work? Who's to say that once you fuse with Adam, you will be the same person with the same memories and thoughts as you once were? Are you self-sacrificing enough to sacrifice yourself in the hope that one day everything will be better? Is it really worth basing your final moments off a promise? Or would you rather just finish the thing that you were created for in search of answers from Mother Spear, which you don't even know if she can be trusted or not? The same person that lied to you about your purpose, your existence, and what you've been fighting for. Yet once again, we learn that Mother Spear is just an AI doing her programming. And so no matter what ending you picked, it wouldn't really have mattered. Either you play into the hand of someone who knew exactly what was going to happen, or you return home and confirm yourself that everything about your life was true, that it was all fabricated. And I just find this concept of having a choice in video games so intriguing. It's having the ability to dictate what will happen next solely based on the choices that you make. And I don't mean this in the sense of doing a side quest to unlock the secret ending, because sometimes that is a bit convoluted, which this game does have, by the way. In games like Elden Ring, it takes quite a while and research especially to get the ending that you might want. I also don't think it's fair to talk about this game without talking about the game that also heavily inspired this game, Nier Automata. I mean, there's literally a collab in the game with Nier. And I don't want to go ahead and spoil that game because it's really good and you should go play it, so here's your warning. But in that game as well, towards the very end, we also get to pick between who we believed was correct, whether it was 9S or A2. And once again, you as the player are faced with another moral dilemma. I also want to say that it's not to say that the endings that you pick in a video game don't matter. Obviously they have meaning and it's interesting to look at them.